I love the premise of the show. Smart people talking about dumb shit.
I think it's dumb people talking about smart shit. Oh, we go where we not supposed to go, baby.
The Brilliant Idiots Podcast.
Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schulz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots Podcast, and this week's episode is brought to you by Squarespace. From websites and online stores, the marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. There are no hidden fees or price hikes, and all websites are optimized for mobile. And it's so simple. Start with a design template and use drag and drop tools to make it your own. Head to squarespace.com/idiot for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code IDIOT to save 10% off your first purchase. Now let's start the show. Schultzy.
What's up, baby?
How are you, my brother?
Bro, I'm good. I'm good.
Word.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. How are
Anything
you?
happening?
Nothing
It's kinda
crazy.
quiet, bro.
No, yeah,
Really quiet week, man.
yeah. Yo, that can I say something?
Yeah.
Even though I
that's
know
what's a podcast. You're supposed to say
you're right,
something.
you're
That's
right,
the
you're
point.
right. That penis length thing hurt. Yay, bro.
The penis length, bro. I saw him on what's your guy's name?
Lex.
I met Lex at your wedding, actually.
Yeah.
Very interesting person. That's the person I would really like to have a conversation with.
Yeah, we got to get Lex.
Because I didn't know Lex was a real human. Like I literally thought he was Joe Rogan's shooter.
I don't know if he. Oh.
I did. I didn't know he had his own podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew after that night, but I didn't know he had his own podcast. I didn't know he was a MIT scientist.
Yeah, he makes robots.
Are we sure he's not one?
I think he might be one.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not even joking when I say that.
Yeah.
The way he moves is just like very, very robotic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I saw Kanye on his podcast, and we can insert this. Kanye just volunteered that he had a big cock.
People, just in general, they love me so much. I'm like actually a hard guy to really hate for a long period of time, just because of my huge cock. And
that's what I noticed. I didn't understand why you showed it to me when we first met, but now I understand.
Yeah,
it's very nice. Congratulations.
I mean, he just kept talking about penis size.
It's because he wants that energy. Yo, big cock energy is some energy you want.
Yeah.
Like, that's some shit you want people to say about you. When motherfuckers is out here saying, yo, you walking around with that 10-inch thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't give a fuck how much money you got in the bank.
Yeah.
People don't brag about the billions like they brag about the dick size. Even if you hear a woman say it don't sound the same. A woman be like, yeah, he got $1 billion, but he got a 10-inch dick, though.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That hits
Whoa.
different.
It's different. Kanye was in that interview talking about dick the way he talks about billions everywhere else.
Yeah.
You didn't find that interesting?
Yeah, all of a sudden he's like, I don't care about money. Yeah. I got a 13-inch dick.
Well, I wouldn't care about money either if I was about to lose it all.
You better not. Yeah.
I will say that...
So we're recording this Tuesday.
It should come out tomorrow, depending on what Andrew says during the podcast. We have to edit. But this has been... This will go down as one of the biggest L's a person has ever taken in business. And all year long, I've been thinking, it's been 2 years, it's been two things that's been on my mind all year long. Boundaries, meaning setting boundaries. It started with me reading Nedra Tawwab Glover's Set Boundaries, Fine Peace. Setting boundaries, but also I read a book called The Big Leap. Because self-sabotage is at an all-time high, man.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen so many people self-sabotage this year that it is unbelievable. And this is just the latest case of somebody self-sabotaging. And it's very, I don't even want to say sad. Sad isn't the right word because it's expected. Like, we all saw this coming. But there is nobody to blame for this situation other than Kanye Omari West.
Yeah.
He did this all to himself. He made every single one of these choices. All of these choices were rooted in bigotry. Everything from the White Lives Matter shirt to the anti-Semitic comments, you know, even what he said about George Floyd, and that's not we all know that's not the way George Floyd died. Those are white supremacist talking points. Everything is rooted in bigotry. So to see this happen, it's not a surprise to me. Are you surprised that it's gone down like this?
I'm not I wasn't until this morning.
Why?
Because I spoke to someone and what they said to me is that, and they believe this backfired. Don't get me wrong. but they believe that he was the goal of all this was to get Adidas to drop him.
I do not believe that. I don't know why people keep saying that. I've heard that talking point. This was not any strategic marketing plan to be dropped by anybody. Why would you want to go out like this? Because here's the thing. If you go out like this, you can't do business nowhere else.
Well, again, it was executed poorly because now the brand is so radioactive, he might not be able to do anything.
Yeah.
Right? And it might be an incredibly stupid decision for multiple reasons, right?
He didn't just lose Adidas with this.
No, he lost everything.
That's what I'm saying.
But the other things didn't provide him as much money as the Adidas thing. So I think what a lot of people don't understand about the Adidas thing is that he gets a royalty for all the sneakers. He owns Yeezy 100%.
That's not what they said this morning. This morning they said that I'll read. Keep talking. I'll pull up the article.
Okay. So my understanding is that, that's basically kind of what I was talking to. So basically, it was a licensing deal. So Adidas does everything for him, right?
Yes.
Now
It's a brand marketing deal.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, but Kanye owns his trademarks, and eventually, the trademark is going to expire, and then, or the licensing deal expires, and then he re-ups and has another licensing deal with Adidas. I think what he was very frustrated by was the fact that he had bosses. So Kanye wants this thing. He wants somebody to give him all the money, create all the infrastructure, do all the thing, but then he doesn't want anybody to tell him what to do. And that's not how the world works. If somebody gives you money, they get to tell you what to do. It's very simple.
I don't understand why people even look at it like that. Yo, you got a partnership. It's cool.
Regardless, if you have a partnership or not, if you do have a partnership, a true partnership, that other person is going to have a say. That's what a partner is, right?
Yeah,
you have a marriage, the other person has a say.
Absolutely.
That means sometimes they're going to tell you to do things that you don't want to do. And sometimes you're going to tell them to do things you want to do. And then you guys work it out. He does not want that at all. So what I was told is he was trying to force their hand. Now, in trying to force his hand, he might have made himself so radioactive that nobody wants to do business with him at all. Because at the end of the day, when you really think about it, Adidas made all their clothes, distributed all their clothes to their millions of people, right? They have thousands and thousands of stores that people can just walk in and buy shit from, right? They had the infrastructure. They have the relationship with the factories out there in China, right? They have the relationship with the materials. They can do all the things.
Yeah.
Kanye, like he says, he goes, I'm a visionary. But what he means by that is, I don't do nothing. You know what I mean?
He creates.
I think.
And that's fine.
But I don't do.
That's enough. You create. You create the design.
But you need a $1 billion company to do all that doing. Now, if he does it himself, like if his idea was, yo, let me get Adidas the fuck out of here. I'll take over the sneakers. I'll have the clothing brands. I got it. Here's the thing. He needs either his own cash, which who knows if he has enough, or he needs to find cash from somewhere else to not only create that infrastructure. He had thousands of employees with Adidas, thousands working just on his shit.
You probably could get a line from the bank you was with, but
they done.
They kicked you out too.
So maybe the Saudis give him some money, maybe some Middle East people give him some fucking money, but who's going to give the guy money who's just going ham, for lack of a better word, on the Jews? And that was good. Chosen one.
Hey, man, when you got it, you got it, bro. What you supposed to do, man?
You know what I'm saying? So who's going to give him the money if he doesn't have his own man? We all know he doesn't like putting his own money up.
Well, he did that. And he
failed.
Yeah. This is what Adidas said. It's after a thorough review. The company has taken the decision to terminate the partnership with Ye immediately, in production of Yeezy branded products, and stop all payments to Ye and his companies.
So that's the crazy thing.
Well, hold on.
But can I say one thing on that?
Yep.
The stop the payments is really interesting.
No, it's not.
Well, I want to hear your perspective.
Okay.
But the thing about the payment is those payments are money that's already due, right? So the reason they're stopping payments is because they think that there's going to be a tough negotiation ahead to see how they're going to separate these businesses, right? So he gets a royalty. That means you get $5 on every sneaker or $30. It doesn't really fucking matter. So that's money owed to him.
Yeah.
They're holding that money because they're going to work on a separation agreement. Generally, the separation agreement is, hey, you hurt our brand this much, so you pay us, but we owe you money from your royalties.
Simple as that.
Boom.
He'll get his money from the royalties.
Well, that they're holding it so that they have leverage.
Yeah.
In the negotiation.
I think he'll eventually get, if he's owed royalties, he'll get his money from the royalties. But moral clause, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it moving forward. And it says Adidas will stop the Adidas Yeezy business with immediate effect. It said this would have a short-term negative impact of up to 250 million euros, which is $246 million of net income in 2022.
Yeah, you heard that? You heard that, Europeans? Your money worth nothing.
Due to the high seasonality in the fourth quarter. But this is what they say. Adidas added that it was the sole owner of all design rights to existing products, as well as previous and new colorways under the partnership, and they'll provide more information during third quarter earnings of November 19th. Here's the thing, man. Ego is a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
When you get on Drink Champs and you say things like...
The thing about it, me and Adidas, is like, I could literally say anti-Semitic shit and they can't drop me. I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what?
Adidas is ending its partnership with Kanye West. The German sneaker giant says it does not tolerate anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech.
That was one of the most ego-filled, narcissistic comments I've ever heard a human make in my life.
Yeah.
And I always say, nobody is bigger than the machine. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Don't ever think you too big for any situation.
Yeah.
Because they will show you that you're not in a heartbeat. And the fact that you would say that for a company like Adidas, that is a German company, the founder was a part of the Nazi party.
Was he really?
Yeah. I can't remember his name. A D something. Pull up his name, somebody. And then...
Aren't they brothers? Adi and then Das?
And Germany has done a pretty good job with denazification.
Right.
Do you think they're going to stand next to a Nazi?
I mean, I'm shocked that it took this long. I'm shocked they were the last ones to do it.
Well, they put the deal under review, right? They put the deal under review after the anti-black comments, right? And, I keep hearing everybody having this conversation about, well, nobody's standing up for black people, the way Jewish people are standing up for Jewish people. I'm like, but that's the key. Were we as black people standing up for each other?
Well,
were we as black people upset about Kanye West's anti-black comments? Because this ain't the first time Kanye has done anti-black comments.
I hear you.
This goes back to slavery was a choice. This goes back to Harriet Tubman, didn't free the slaves.
Yeah.
This goes back to, hey, y'all need to stop focusing on race so much. Like, were we as upset as we probably should have been about those anti-black comments? Did we, hold Kanye accountable? Or did we keep buying his shoes? Or did we keep listening to his music? Did we make excuses for Kanye when he would have his anti-black rhetoric? Jewish community didn't play that at all, in no way, shape, or form. None.
Yeah.
This is unacceptable. They not standing for it. They not playing with it. Boom.
Yeah, I would also say that Kanye said that when he gets canceled by the media or canceled by these companies, he's like, this is proving his point about the Jewish media. He goes, see, look, I'm getting canceled. There must be a Jewish media. He was on Lex's podcast. And Lex was like, don't say Jewish media, just say media.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, but see, this is it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Now,
is it though? No.
Well, I would say this is we've had owners of basketball teams, billionaires like Kanye West, say racist things.
That's right.
And what has happened to them?
In a league that's 85% black, bang, bang. You got to go.
Immediately canceled.
Yeah.
By those other Jewish owners, mind you.
Donald Sterling was Jewish.
I'm saying
Donald Sterling's last name is Tolowitz or something.
I'm saying, but according to Kanye, he's like, oh, all the only Jews own basketball teams. Those Jews went to another Jew and were like, yo, you can't do that shit.
That's right.
Right? I don't think that what's happening to Kanye is unique. I think we've seen it over and over again. When you say horrible things and you are beholden to massive corporations who care about their image.
That's right.
You get canceled from them.
It's not hard. It's not rocket science.
It's not Jewish media. This is the way the world works. They have to worry about you making their brand radioactive.
Schulz, it's in your contract. If you have a brand marketing deal, it's in your contract. And not even just brand marketing deals. If you're part of a corporation, those moral clauses are in your contract. Yeah. They're there.
Yeah.
Certain behavior is not going to be tolerated, and bigotry is not going to be tolerated. You know what I mean? It's just not.
I just don't think it's anything specific to him or this idea of Jewish media. I think we see it happen over and over again, is that when people... Now, I'm not for cancellation in general.
This ain't cancellation.
I understand what you're saying. I guess what I'm just trying to say is he's saying it's something unique that's happened to him because he's going at Jews.
No.
We've seen this over and over again with people who have said racist things. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We've seen it over and over with people who have done sexist things.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen. So you're not unique in this.
And it's happened to billionaires. It's happened to multi-millionaires. Like shit, the head of the owner of the Phoenix Suns, he got to sell his team now. It's just a matter of who's going to buy it.
Yeah.
Because he said some racist stuff. The owner of the Panthers, we forget about him. I can't remember. I don't know if he might have died though. But this was recently in like the past. He's still alive. The guy who had to sell his team, looked at he had to sell his team a few years ago. He said some racist stuff. He had to get up out of there. That's just the nature of the business. Like, you're not going to run around being a bigot, spewing that kind of bigotry, and nothing's going to happen. Bro.
Lex said some fire shit to him. He goes, the Lex interview is really interesting. You guys should go check it out. Who
programmed Lex for this interview?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It might have been Rogan. He had a lot of empathy, so it might have been Oprah. I think. I don't know.
And Lex is Jewish, right?
Yeah, he is. He's Jewish. So, which is why it was specifically good. He's also from Ukraine, right? So he has, close ties to what has happened to Jews in Europe. Specifically his family being killed in the Holocaust. So it was very interesting to see him talk to him. There's a couple things that I think he brought out of Kanye that I didn't realize before, but are now incredibly apparent. One of which was
dick envy.
Not dick envy, but you got to see it. It was loneliness and hurt.
Oh, you just seeing that?
But now it's so obvious. But
come on, Schulz.
I didn't realize. There's some moments in the pod where he literally says, he goes, I don't trust anybody, and I only have relationships with people that are mutually beneficial.
And that is a lonely way to live, bro.
And that is heartbreaking.
That is a lonely way to live.
But if that is how you see the world, and that is how you see people only are your friends if they have utility for you.
Everything's transactional.
Everything is transactional. Now you can see why someone would act this way. You can see why someone would lash out at everybody. Think about the people who lash out at everybody. Those people are beholden to nobody through love, at least. Those people are saying, you'll talk shit about your wife. You'll talk shit about your wife's family. You'll talk shit about your friends. You'll trash your best friend. You'll be incredibly competitive with them. Those type of people are wildly entertaining because they could talk shit at any moment, but at the same time, incredibly lonely. He talks about this relationship he has with God, and now I realize that's the only relationship he got.
We need to start really, really leaning into God, because nothing he's doing is of God. Nothing I've seen him do is of God. He
literally was like, it's just me and God. And it's like, you got kids, bro.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got kids.
No, I agree with everything you just said, man. And that's my thing, right? I hope that this is what it takes for him to
hurt people, like you always say, man.
They do, and I hope that this is what helps him to go find some real healing, because clearly he's hurting, right? And I don't see this ending well. I feel like he's moving like a person who doesn't feel like he's going to be here much longer. You know what I mean? And
how much longer?
I'm not even doing that, but I just feel like he's moving. I just feel like he's moving like a person who's not going to be here much longer. And I also feel like damn, I lost my train of thought because I'm really thinking about that.
Hurt people, man.
No, he's definitely a hurt person, but I'm also just feeling like
I'll go on something, and then when you remember, just let me know. But I think there's something to this idea that the immense pain that he probably feels. And don't get me wrong, he is a musician. Okay? He is a artist. We all know that there are people in entertainment that have been taken advantage of. There's no question that he's been taken advantage of in his life. Okay?
In his life? We all have.
No, and I'm not saying, listen, there's been times you have, there's been times I have. We've been taken advantage of. That is a natural course of the business we're in. That's a natural course of life in a lot of ways, especially if you're somebody who has a talent or has value that other people can profit from.
Yeah.
So I can understand that resentment and that complete distrust in humanity manifesting itself in a hate. And Lex was telling him one thing that was really interesting. He's like, don't say Jewish media. Tell me the people specifically that have hurt you. Say their names. That's the brave thing to do. It's not brave to just label the whole group. It's brave to go, John Davidson or whoever the fuck. Say the names of the people that fucked you over.
Yeah.
You keep saying you've been fucked over. Say their names.
Yeah.
You're not saying names for some reason.
It's because he doesn't really have any names, because I don't even think this was a fight that he was trying to fight. He was literally trying to deflect. He does this all the time. I tell y'all this. He is on a quest for white validation. Here's the thing, and I think that's what I wanted to say earlier. I'm not sure if this is what I wanted to say, but I think this is what I wanted to say. Kanye doesn't love anybody because Kanye doesn't love himself. Kanye loves the idea of whiteness. Kanye wants white validation. He really wants to be accepted, you know, by that crowd, by that circle. And he's willing to be accepted by that crowd and by that circle by shitting on his own community, which he does often. Y'all got to get over race, or, you know, slavery was a choice, or, you know, wearing the White Lives Matter shirt. Yo, what? Somebody said to me, and they said this last week, because, you know, it was me, you, and Chris having a conversation. And they was like, Charlamagne, you too comfortable talking about a black man like that in front of two white people. Was Kanye not comfortable wearing White Lives Matter shirts in Paris in front of all them goddamn white people? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? And that's the thing that really bugs me about y'all when Kanye West. What do y'all see or hear about Kanye that makes y'all feel like Kanye is so black?
Well,
there's nothing about Kanye that's pro-black except for his rhetoric when he's in trouble.
He taps in
when he's in trouble. That's it. Whenever he's in trouble, when he's in a situation like this, he becomes the most pro-black person alive.
And this thing, he snitches on himself all the time. It's so funny. It's like he's becoming the most pro-black person alive. And what did he say literally in the interview? It's, I don't trust anybody unless we have mutual interest. So he's basically saying, he's basically saying, your interest is the empowerment of you. My interest is getting out of trouble. So boom, that's right. I got you until I get out of trouble.
That's right. And he talks out both sides of his mouth because he'll say things like, it's all of these bad deals that we've signed and yada, yada, yada. But then I'm a multi-billionaire. You should take advice from me. Why should I listen to anybody when I'm a multi-billionaire? What kind of bad deal did you sign to become a multi-billionaire?
Yeah.
Because I need one. Give me the bad. Can I have the bad deal? Yeah. Have you ever signed a bad deal that made you a multi-billionaire?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Why do we fall for this shit?
Yeah, that's how I felt when Chris Rock said he was on the spectrum.
Yes, sir.
And I was like, well, give me that.
Well, that's probably what makes rock rock.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Taylor, what's your question, Taylor? Boom. 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 Boom.
So remember when he got on stage to talk about Taylor Swift not deserving that award and everything?
Mm-hmm.
People were riding with him because it was for Beyonce. So where was that switch? Like, he was riding for us and everything else.
Y'all agreed with him.
No, this is something that he's done. This is very interesting. What he's done right now, and I think he's done this before, but he's done what Trump did so effectively, which was...
Ooh, yes, go.
He's tapped into counterculture groups that have no famous representation. And what Trump did is he tapped into certain groups that weren't being represented politically at all. And all you have to do is give them a
boogeyman. Boogeyman.
You got to give them a boogeyman, but oftentimes there's a boogeyman out there that they already hate, but nobody is picking on that person. So he gives them little bits of crumbs. So if you look at the things that Kanye said, the whole like Jews run the banks rhetoric, there's a whole lot of people out there that believe that. Yeah. And nobody in politics and nobody in entertainment is saying it. So now they have their guy. I was speaking because I got a lot of flack for shitting on Kanye, right? And I was speaking to some of these people who are shitting all over me. They're calling me a sellout and all this kind of shit. And I DM'd one and I was like,
a sellout?
Because they're like, yo, because you're not supposed to censor people, Andrew. You're not supposed to call people out. You're going with the
Nobody's censoring Kanye.
They're saying I'm going with the mainstream media narrative, basically. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let me get to the point. So he goes, so they're like this. So they go, so for example, like they go, yeah, you're part of the mainstream media right now. You're just trying to get the Daily Show job. They're saying all this shit, which I do not give a flying fuck. It's okay. It's fine.
I did. I said that in the interview. I said Andrew Schulz is the best guy for the job.
Well, you're right. You're right. But yeah, you're right. But I'm not going to. But I have no interest, despite you being right. But essentially, what those people said that I was talking to, they go, listen, this is how they start the combo. I go, why are you guys calling me this? Like, can you explain what you mean by this? And they're like, oh, you're taking the mainstream narrative. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? And he goes, listen, we all think Kanye's an idiot. They literally start the conversation like that. We all think Kanye's an idiot, but he's right about George Floyd fentanyl. But he's right about the Jews having influence on the bank. But he's right about this. So all that is this famous guy agreeing with this one niche thing they care about that no one else is talking about. And Trump did that perfectly. He would tap into all these different groups that had no representation, and he'd just give them a nod or a wink, and they went crazy.
You saw the anti-Semitic group over the 405 freeway in LA where they got the big sign that says Kanye was right about the Jews.
Do you know what it is? It's like,
what does that even mean? That's such a blanket statement.
We'll go into it. But like, you know what it is? It's like, you ever see like an R&B concert, like Chris Brown or even like Drake, like they wink at a fat girl in the front row and the fat girl fucking loses it. You know what I'm talking about? That's what Kanye is doing to these fringe groups, or Trump was doing to the fringe groups. You just give them a little bit of wink and then whatever you want.
Oh,
right?
Man.
You see what I'm saying? Because they get no attention.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So I thought it's true, right? And that's what kind of, so these groups, and then you see this, they're charged up. These motherfuckers.
What I'm saying, man. Like, but by the way, this is what Chris was explaining last week, and what anybody who knows history knows. This is what Jewish people are afraid of. They're afraid of a figure like a Kanye West riling up these anti-Semitic hate groups.
Yeah.
And anti-Semitism has been rising over the past few years here in America.
Yeah.
That's what they're afraid of. Them being empowered.
Yeah.
Them being emboldened.
Yeah.
Run them back in the fucking caves they were at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go back to the golf course and go in the holes and go live under the holes.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, come on, Chris, come on.
Here we go. Mask off. Fucking mask off.
I'd just like to start by thanking a lot of the listeners who left comments last week. This is the most Jewish I felt since I was a little kid. The anti-Semitism I got. My God, I haven't gotten that since I was 8 years old. I've never felt this Jewish before.
You was getting that much anti-Semitism? Where at on Reddit?
That Jew has his little hat on too tight. I was like,
that's funny, bro.
I know.
That was funny.
I was like, what are they talking about? And I was like, okay. Yeah, a lot of Jew hate. But
no, that's true.
Cool.
I did. Yeah,
thank you.
We did identify you as Asian for the past 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sorry to catfish everybody.
But what you were saying or not.
I don't mind seeing that. I don't mind. I'd rather smoke them out.
You'd rather know who the Jew haters are.
But these guys are standing out in the open.
But they already knew about this group, though. They know about this group so much that they won't even say their name. I was watching one of the news programs, and the Jewish people who are discussing it won't even say the group's name on purpose. Like they know who this group is. Yeah, this is a known organization. I can't remember. I don't remember the name either, but they won't even say their name. They're a known organization. So I'm just saying, all Kanye's doing, to Andrew's point, is emboldening people like this.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is most people have not met a Jew. Most people have never met a Jew. Like, so it's like they know nothing about Jews. It's
I guess
they don't. They just don't know anything about Jews.
That's
it's like
wild. I hadn't really seen the picture in detail before. I mean, they're giving the Sieg Heil on.
Yeah, they're going crazy.
Yeah, they're doing the Hail Hitler and everything.
So the reality is, like, the only thing that they know about Jews is they hear that they run the banks, or they see them in like positions of power and positions of wealth. And if you do not have those things, and you look at your life and you're like, there's no way I'll ever get these things, that's an easy road for resentment. Right? Now, all of a sudden, they're your boogeyman. They're the reason why you don't have these things, right?
Sure.
It's like, at least with black people, even if you haven't hung out with black people, they're so represented in media, maybe not in the ways that you want to be represented, but like, you can't turn on a basketball game, you can't turn on sports, you can't turn on MTV, you can't turn on the radio. They are
I think it's because we
locked into American culture.
That's
You're not
true.
turning on a basketball game and seeing a Jewish guy unless he's in the front row. There's a perfect example, I think, of, I don't know, you're Jewish. Were you offended by any of the things I'm saying? Because I'm making fun of the racist stereotypes about Jews.
I'm fine.
Right?
Yeah.
The dangerous one is, no, they are in control of government.
Right.
Now you're like, wait, what?
Well, that's why I don't like, I mean, like's the wrong word, but I'd rather see what's out there, because at the end of the day, someone like Kanye hasn't convinced anybody that Jews run the media or Jews are a problem, right? He's just amplifying, like you said.
This is
he's amplifying those stereotypes that already existed.
He's emboldening them.
Yeah. Maybe 2% of people who heard him say that were like, I never really thought about Jews that way.
Yeah.
Maybe, no. They've been, like you said, waiting
for
their guy.
Champion. That's
to
right.
give them, now they're like, thank you. Let's run. These guys were ready.
It's like the conspiracy theorists when the Epstein shit popped out. It's like they've been saying that shit for a minute.
Right.
And then finally, once it became the part of the mainstream narrative, they were like, fine, see? We've been telling you this guy was fucking kids on an island. So they went crazy. It became the meme, became everything. Now they weren't lunatics anymore. All those conspiracy theorists during that Epstein time became the most logical actors.
Yeah, Pizzagate was the conspiracy theory. Pizzagate was justified.
I understand what you're saying. Like you understand why that happened. You don't think it's justified to walk into a pizza place with a fucking AK-47, but you understand why somebody would believe.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about the shooting. I was talking about just the conspiracy of Pizzagate.
Yeah.
Like so, all of these people that believed, like these
that the Democrat Party were trafficking kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You see where the paranoia came from.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just think. What's switch? It was all an act. Kanye West has never cared about black people. He got on TV
that
one
George
time.
Bush thing that felt real to me?
That was that was him. He was saying that because he knew that's what the moment called for. Do y'all not understand this is who Kanye West is? Whatever the moment calls for, he will give you. I watched him in that Piers Morgan interview say he's not apologizing out one side of his mouth, then turn around and say, yeah, I do apologize to the people with the dead content. He does this all the time. He'll try to be all things to all people.
That's why he's so entertaining. I mean, say what you want. Watching the interviews, you'll be like, this guy's a total douchebag, and then he'll say something and you'll fucking laugh.
Like I told y'all last week, it's all fun and games till that fucking plane lands and the wheels don't come out. And just a week later, what we seeing? We seeing a plane land without the wheels coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That shit is landing on his belly.
Yeah.
You know? He was worth a couple $2 billion last week. Now he's worth $400 million. It's still great money.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you lost everything for what? That's what I want to talk about when I talk about just self-sabotage. What was all of this about?
Well, I think that he's created the hero's journey in his mind. He has to free his people. He has to do all this stuff.
Here's what he's going to learn.
Yeah.
About the hero's journey.
Yeah.
Ain't none of these motherfuckers loyal.
Well, I think he knows that already.
They're laughing at him now.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Now that you done lost everything and oh shit, now you only worth $400 million. Oh, you're not worth $1 billion no more. Now now they tide turns and you're the court jester now. You were their king 2 days ago. Now you the court jester.
I wouldn't even say that he was their king. I think he was also their
what's that trending topic right there?
What is it?
Damn, yay.
Oh.
Because this is what people do. They're with you when you're riding and you're rebelling, but then as soon as you get in some shit that you can't get out of and you fuck around and lose everything, now they laughing at you, calling you an idiot.
Yeah.
Calling you a jackass.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I've been consistently calling him a jackass for a few years.
Yeah.
Okay? I saw this shit coming a fucking mile away. And I just hope that, I hope that he stays alive and heals.
Yeah.
That's what I hope. Literally.
Yeah.
That's what I hope. I hope he stays alive and heals at some point.
Yeah.
And I ain't even just forget all the professional
heals
stuff.
what?
Whatever. You said he's hurting. I feel the same way. He's clearly hurting about something.
Yeah, I think that he's... No, I think Kim, sure, as well.
Dick size?
Maybe dick size, but I just think he's like a really lonely guy. Like if you have nobody that
if you're an asshole, who wants to be around you?
That's the other thing.
You're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
They say me and Dame are assholes. Wasn't that a line in one?
I think Dame is a way better human than Kanye West is.
Yeah.
Because Dame will never make a statement like, I'm only dealing with you because of mutual interests.
Yeah.
I don't think Dame likes transactional relationships.
Right.
That's not what I get from Dame Dash when I've interacted with Dame Dash and spoke with Dame Dash. I think Dame Dash really cares about people. I think
that's not what life is about, man.
No.
I mean, life is genuinely, you can break it down to love, right? That's what we're here. That's why we have relationships. That's why we have children. And that love is what bonds us and kind of holds communities and groups together.
And for a person that doesn't like to be used, to your earlier point, you don't like to be used by these corporations, but you're letting all of these white supremacist groups use you?
Not only white supremacist groups, and another thing that Lex pressed him on is if you're so upset with the system and you're this genius visionary, create a better version of the system. You had a record label, and then he was like, but I was just in face only, and they was doing it the way that they wanted to do it. And it's do good music the way you want to do it. Don't screw over your artists the way you were screwed over, which you were allegedly doing, according to Big Sean and other people. Right. So it's what?
That's a good point.
No, I mean, that Akash brought up that point too. It's you had the opportunity not to do the thing that the quote unquote Jews did to you, and then you did the same thing. It's you could not make your shit in sweatshops, but you do. You know what I'm saying? You could not do all the fucked up things that you say that you don't like happen to you, but you do.
Everybody wants a buck, man.
Yeah, I wonder who's, that's the other conversation that's been happening this week. Who's really responsible for the content that comes out on these platforms?
The what?
I don't. Please.
The what?
Please, come on. Just keep it here. No,
Oh, sorry.
I don't know what she.
Yeah.
Kayla's not with us.
Yeah. Your hair looks fantastic.
We're not. I'm talking about content as far as music and sneakers.
You're just gonna ignore that compliment I gave you?
Yes.
It's gonna get fucked up Friday when you go in that water, though. I just want to let you know. Yes, it is. You're gonna get fucked up. You're going surfing Friday. Okay. Okay.
I don't know if there's a board big enough. But listen, there's. What do you think? Who do you think is responsible for the content? Huh? What y'all laughing at? What are y'all laughing at? What happened?
Oh shit!
What happened?
This guy's a maniac, bro. This guy's an absolute maniac right now.
What happened? What are you talking about?
Ooh, that's a good point.
What?
You just did admit that she got more thick than you.
Oh, I said that out loud?
What did you say out loud?
I said,
what did you say?
I thought that was in here.
Did you? Did you think it was in here? This fucking guy. Keep it in. Make sure you do not cut that shit out. Make sure you do not cut that shit at all. Go.
Who do you think is responsible for the content that artists make? Music? Really music. Let's keep it at music.
I think there's mutual... Look, at the end of the day, like, I want everybody to be personally accountable, right? I want that. Genuinely, especially the older you get, I think you have the ability to be personally accountable. But that being said, it's like there's immense influence, right? So people are going to dress a certain way because of people that influence them. And we can't deny that as well. I mean, right now in Jamaica, I think they outlawed all music and TV shows that embrace like gangs and drugs. Now, they're trying to use censorship as a way to reduce influence. I think that you get the fucking Streisand effect or whatever that term is, where it just makes it even that much more desirable because you're pulling it away from people. Yeah. But they recognize that there is an influence. You know, I think even Kanye is trying to say is like, I want to create songs that my kids can listen to. And, you know, I want to get away from this kind of like gangster stuff, which is like, he's never
really been on it.
Which is also wildly convenient. I did not have to deal with this in my life. So nobody should talk about it.
I think that, man, there's a phrase called power to the people. And I think that we keep giving we give these corporations a lot more credit, and we give them a lot more, we hold them a lot more accountable than I think we should, because they're only putting out what they're given from artists, and they're only putting out what's being consumed by the people.
What they think will sell.
Yeah. Well, if you don't want, if people didn't want the gangster shit, and by the way, if people are so upset about the gangster shit, don't buy it. Yeah. If you're upset about the music that degrades women and celebrates the gang culture and celebrates the drug culture, simply don't buy it. I promise you, if you stop buying it and don't consume it, the artists won't make it and record labels won't put it out.
So ultimately, it's on us, the consumer.
I think so. I think all of this is about outrage of people. You're upset that, nobody came to the defense of black people during the slavery was a choice comments and, Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. Where are the people? We are the people that are supposed to come to our defense. We're supposed to hold somebody accountable for that. Like, if you don't like the gangster shit that somebody is, putting in their music, don't buy the music. I promise you, the artists will stop making it. The only reason artists have made this music for the past 20, 30 years is, number one, yes, the socioeconomic conditions do call for it, but also because it sells. Yeah. That gangster shit sells. Yeah. People like that gangster shit. We consumed it. And not just black people, America.
Yeah.
Because America, it ain't even just about hip hop. America likes violent shit.
We like gangster
What's the biggest thing on Netflix right now?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's what I'm saying. America as a whole likes violent shit. Pop culture is violent. You can go back to the old school Westerns, cowboys and Indians. I mean,
it makes sense.
Mafia movies.
We're rebels. Everybody who's here is a descendant of a rebel. They left their country. They left their way of life. They left their people. They went out to have a new life, and they have to push back, and you got to fight for yourself in order to make that new life. Yeah. And you probably had to do some illegal shit. Ain't nobody came here back in the day and did everything by the books to make it. Everybody scrapped, and they did little. Look at the Kennedys. They're a fucking Coke family.
Bro, every single...
Not Coke. What is it? Opium?
Bootlegging alcohol.
They were rum runners.
Rum runners. Exactly. It's like you look at all these like refined, distinguished families in American history. You could boil them all down to selling either drugs or alcohol, which was an illegal substance at the time.
And there were some murders that happened. There was some people there. You can't. When they say you can't make an omelet if you don't crack a few eggs.
Yes,
that was derived from white people killing each other.
Yeah,
I just made that up, but that shit sounded good.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? Because eggs and whites.
100%.
But my point is, we keep acting like hip hop is the only genre of music that profits off violence.
That's not true.
That's the American fucking way, bro.
We don't act like that. I mean,
well, no. I'm saying some people in
rock and roll was
some people in the actual culture. Some black people act like that.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean? And they're pointing the finger at the record executives and saying, "Oh, the record executives need to do better," and blah blah blah. I think that it really is on the artist and the consumer.
Yeah,
like the artist makes these. And by the way, even when they say that, right, they talk about the record executives. What about these people that are independent? They're making the same type of music. And you know why they're making the same type of music? Because that's the type of music that's playing in the club. That's the type of music that's selling. And that's the type of music that they feel like they want to make.
That's the cycle.
That's the cycle. So you can't just point the finger at the record executives. It's not like record executives are sitting there saying, I need you to make a record about murder.
Yeah.
I need you to make a record about killing.
Having been not a record executive, but having been somebody who's in charge of putting together a playlist at one time, I didn't listen to a single fucking song. Right? I just was like, okay, this is what is playing.
This is what people listen.
This is how we're going to rank it. I mean, it's, and I think the irony is, I think consumers are in a better position now than they've ever been to make those sort of choices. Because at least when I was growing up, you could argue I didn't have a control over what was on the radio. Yeah. Right? Like they were just feeding that to me.
Yeah.
And then I get hooked in. You decide now.
And when you give us the freedom to do it, we actually make decisions that are a little bit better for ourselves. Like McDonald's don't want to sell salads. But shit got sticky over there. So they're like, all right,
we need me documentary.
Exactly. So now we got to get a little healthy, right? So the more options we have. But you're right. At the end of the day, it's like we decide what we consume.
I'm old enough. I was born in the 1978. I'm old enough to remember, there was a time none of that shit was in the music. Late 80s, Rakim wasn't talking about that.
It was there. It was just more balanced.
I think it was a lot more balanced, but it's like Rakim, Slick Rick, the Big Daddy Kanes, the Public Enemies, the KRS-One.
And then you had NWA.
The Goody Mobs, the Outkast. NWA came in like late 80s, early 90s, you know what I mean? And when that shit started selling, that's what everybody started doing. When the West Coast took off with that gangster shit, that's what everybody started doing.
Yeah, but it's also like a reflection of like time as well. Like if you're rapping in the 70s, that's the end of the disco era. We're getting out of this war. Everybody's having fun. They're doing drugs. Everything's cool. 80s is the crack era. So you get violence.
Socioeconomic conditions. Music reflects that.
Exactly. 100%. Yeah.
And then by the way, and there's always been balance. It's just about what you want. Now, to Chris's point about the era that we're in, the balance is definitely there. But if all you do is listen to maybe the radio sometime, you know what I mean? You might hear a little bit more Future or whoever than Kendrick. You know what I mean? But it's not like Kendrick don't exist. It's not like over the past decade, the three biggest rappers of the past decade, 3 out of the 4, ain't on none of that. J. Cole ain't on that shit.
Yeah.
Kendrick ain't on that shit. Drake ain't on that shit. Future's definitely on that shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, Drake on it a little bit.
Not really.
Yes. Drake has some songs that are about like, you could get shot up to. Say again? He's an album with 21 Savage.
My God, he's 12 years in the game. Can he make one killing album?
I'm okay with him making a bunch.
12 years in the game, y'all.
I'm okay with him making a bunch.
He's giving us a bunch of love songs and reggaeton and all that. Drake is giving us every genre. If he want to put out and by the way, we don't know what 21 album gonna sound like. The title is it's Her Loss or some shit like that.
Yeah. No, Drake is the motherfucking GOAT, man. Like
he's up there. I'm not gonna knock. All I'm simply saying
this generation's undeniable. Like who's close to Drake this generation?
It depends what you call. I mean, it depends what you're basing it on.
You never had a party you're like, yo, throw on that Kendrick, bro.
Yeah, but you throw on that Future.
Future, yeah.
Future right there.
Future, yeah.
I mean, Drake is still a bigger artist. But
J. Cole, no.
Culturally influential, Future right there, bro.
Oh, no, I think musically influential. I agree with Kanye. I think I said on this very podcast, I was like the most influential rapper in the last fucking 10 years or whatever it was, I think is Future. Just the way that people rap is different because of him.
Yeah.
And I completely agree with that.
Yeah. I just want us to all stop self-sabotaging, man.
Yeah, self-sabotaging.
That's the thing that everybody needs to sit back and study about this situation.
Yeah.
All of these wounds that have happened to Kanye West over the past couple of weeks are self-inflicted. Nobody did this to him.
Yeah.
He did this to himself. Those words were choices.
Yeah.
Those actions were choices.
Yeah.
Y'all can sit around and try to blame these boogeymen and say this person did that and this person did that and it's because this person's in control and this person's no, he did that to himself.
Yeah.
I think so anyway.
Well, because you said something about the hero's journey, right? Like he's trying to
slay the dragon.
But
what dragon?
Being a victim part of the hero's journey? Because that's what I hear from him, right?
Yes.
Like, I'm a victim.
Yes, that's what he's doing right now.
These things have been done to me.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't know. Like, where's that come from?
Narcissism, because that's what narcissists do. They want to have self-pity and they want to be a victim in a mess that they want to be a hero and a victim in a mess that they created.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. In order for people to root for you, you have to be going up against a more competent foe.
Right.
Nobody's going to root for you as the bully.
Right.
So he has to create, even if it's like the Jewish media sounds like a bigger boogeyman than Dave Silverman. Dave Silverman screwed me over. Sorry, Dave Silverman. I don't know if you are a real person, but like that's way more dangerous. This ominous looming organization than just these two lawyers that might have fucked him. And here's the reality. There are going to be people that fuck you in business. Jews, non-Jews,
everybody,
Muslims, Hindus, everybody's going to, not everybody, but there will be people that fuck you. And that's the lesson that you have to, that's why community is so important and friendship is so important. Because when you find those people that you truly believe won't, you got to hold them near and dear.
Right.
That's right.
You got to hold them near and dear, man.
It's interesting because when you said that, I'm thinking about it. Like if you even go back to College Dropout, which was probably like when I was most engaged with Kanye's music, like that was the myth that he created about himself, right? Like I wanted to be a rapper. Nobody believed in me. I had to prove it over and over. Then they wouldn't put me on.
Yeah.
There was this force trying to, and I bought that.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at it in retrospect, man, you were in the building with these guys every single fucking day.
Yeah.
Like you had direct access. He didn't have the best voice. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't the best rapper. Like the pushback.
Honestly, he had the best ghostwriters.
I can relate to Kanye in that way, where it's just like I had a lot of success in like traditional TV, but I wasn't getting opportunities in comedy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then sometimes being so close to it and not being allowed is even more painful because you're like, wait a minute, I'm here.
Right there.
I'm right here. Whereas the person who's not even in the room. So I can understand and where that starts to play, that journey starts to like happen in your head where like, they're not going to allow me. They're not going to do it. And how motivational that is. It's every boxer, I imagine, in the beginning starts to build this backstory about who the person they're about to fight is. We know Jordan would do that all the time.
Absolutely.
Oh, they really think that they could stop me.
And I took that personally. So maybe he's using it as fuel for his fire.
LaRussell has a great album title, and his album title is I Hate It When Life's Great. And, some of us deal with that. Like, some of us go to therapy, and that's what we talk to our therapist about, because when things are going really good, if you're used to, if you have a certain level of PTSD and you're used to bad things happening all the time, when the good stuff happens, you can't even allow yourself to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, this isn't going to last. Something bad is going to happen. Like, this is a mirage. This isn't real.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what he was at.
Yeah, it's like my dad used to call it, I don't know if this is a technical term, of besieged mentality.
Yeah.
Like I have that sometimes. Like I have a fantastic life. I hit the fucking lottery. You can't tell me at the same time I don't always feel like there are a million knives. Like I just constantly kind of see the world that way. And I think that's probably what he's suffering from. Like the sense that no matter what's happening, no matter how great it gets, I'm under attack.
Yeah.
The barbarians are at the gate. If I don't fend them off, they're going to come in and, and maybe it fuels you to
keeps you on your P's and Q's.
Yeah. I just don't like the self-sabotage. And I think there's a lot of different conversations happening at once. But the moral of the story is Kanye West is a Nazi. You know what I mean? I'm calling him KK Kanye because by textbook definition, if you go after black people and Jewish people in a couple of weeks, you're a goddamn Nazi.
I don't want to call him. Listen, I don't want to call him a Nazi. I don't want to call him Hitler. Like, obviously, I did.
I'm not calling him Hitler. Nazi behavior, though.
Sure. I did those jokes in the rant. And then people are like, you're calling him Hitler. And I was like, no, I call him Hungry Hitler because it's a pun. It's like a funny thing to say. But what I do push back on is when we get into this
How do we
world,
know he's not Hitler, though?
Well,
because think about Hitler's origin story.
Which I've been reading about this week.
That's what I'm saying.
He was an artist that wasn't appreciated.
He was not even an artist. What he really was homeless. for a long time.
Why?
That's why Kanye been dressing like that. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's go, Chris. Unpack.
This guy was.
But you get what I'm saying, real quick, because I do want to hear this, but you get what I'm saying is like, if we start calling everybody a Nazi, nobody's a Nazi.
It loses its impact, right? It gets diluted.
Is this not Nazi behavior, though?
No, Nazi behavior is incinerating all the Jews and trying to wipe them off the planet. I don't think that's what Kanye is saying.
It's not Nazi rhetoric?
Yeah, he's flirting with Nazi rhetoric.
Okay,
and
all right.
He's got to get slapped and taken down.
He's flirting with Nazi propaganda that was used to convince people to be okay with removing all the Jews from the planet. I don't think that Kanye's end goal is to remove all the Jews from the planet.
I agree with you, but guess what? Is
that fair to make that distinction? I want to be.
I get what you're saying, but if you lead to the rhetoric of somebody that decides, yes, Kanye's right. Now I'm gonna go start taking black people and Jewish people out.
Yeah,
you sparked that.
No, that's 100%.
You sparked that.
That's 100%. But I just am delicate about calling everybody a Nazi or calling everybody Hitler, like literally, because
then when there is the real one,
but you don't get. But you don't.
It's true.
You don't get to the real one. If you stomp it out now,
right,
and label it now, you'll never get to a real one.
True,
that's a good way of looking at it too.
For me, it's Trump, right? Like I've been very quick to call Trump a fascist, a Nazi, Hitler, because I think.
But Trump is so pro-Israel and like his kids are Jewish.
Well, I mean, there's a whole.
Jews fuck with Trump. Jews
that's what I was about to say. There's a whole. Right now, Jews are very much on the same page, right? Like Kanye's bad. Yeah. There's a whole nother conversation that doesn't happen too publicly within the Jewish community that needs to take place with the fact that there are, I mean, you can look, whether it's Stephen Miller, Trump's speechwriter, whether it's the guy Lee Zeldin who's running for governor.
We had him on Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I mean, these are guys who I think are getting in bed with fascist forces. And that's another conversation. And it's complicated. It's nuanced, just the same way that, what's anti-blackness within the black community is complicated. Like, where's the line? Like, for the Jews right now, the line is very clear. But if we're being real, once you go push beneath the surface a little bit, it's not everybody's on the same page.
What you just said is very real about the line, right? Because when it comes to black people, it seems to not know what the line is because slavery was a choice. That didn't seem to cross the line. Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves, didn't seem to cross the line. Flirting with fascism by giving Trump a lap dance in the White House didn't seem to cross the line. You know what I mean? It's the truth. So it's like getting on Drink Champs and saying, George Floyd, didn't died of fentanyl and the cop didn't have his knee on his neck like that. That didn't cross the line. So it's just like,
can we clarify that a bit? Because I watched that whole fucking Candace Owens documentary. Did you watch it?
No.
First of all, and I was
that kind of time.
I said this on Flagrant, but like documentaries are more dangerous than guns, bro. Like I would let every person have a gun before I let every person make a documentary.
Because it shapes your thoughts.
Like a gun only makes you think something when you point it at them. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's like, did George Floyd die of fentanyl? You'd be like, sure, as long as that gun is pointing. And then when that gun goes away, you'd be like, he ain't dying of fentanyl. But a documentary will actually make you feel a certain way. Now, I watched it. The fentanyl thing is very flimsy, incredibly flimsy.
He had low levels of fentanyl and meth in his system.
It's regardless.
Very low levels.
It's regardless. It doesn't matter what the levels are because there's one person that said that he had lethal levels in the system, one of the corners. But you don't know what lethal levels are for his system. Okay, I was at Burning Man. Every person there is on lethal levels of drugs. They're not dying. He's also a user of the drug, so he might have a higher tolerance, okay? And I was trying to make this point on Flagrant. I don't know if I did it that well, but basically, now all of a sudden, when something's in your system, that's the only thing that kills you. Because during COVID, these same exact people were saying that bodies were overreported, right? They'd be like, just because you're old and you have COVID doesn't mean you died of COVID. Just because you're in a car accident and you have COVID doesn't mean you died of COVID, right? But now when there's a little fentanyl in the system, that's the only thing that could have killed you, right? The guy had an enlarged heart, and most importantly, another person put pressure on his body, called his neck, called his back, it doesn't matter, while his lungs are on the ground, restricted his breathing by putting pressure on his body. Okay. Was he choking him out in an MMA way? No. But was he putting pressure on his body?
No, he had
to
his knee in his neck. That's how he died. He died because this got crushed. autopsy said.
No,
Forget the doc. Go look at the real medical. You know, they declared it a homicide before.
Cardiopulmonary arrest is what they called it.
Yeah, because of the pressure that was on his neck.
I personally, and I'm no fucking scientist, I think it wasn't the pressure on his neck. I think it was the pressure on his chest and lungs. Like, remember when we were kids, you play that game where you go up against a wall and go like this, and someone pushes against you, take a few deep breaths, they push against you, you pass out for a second. I think that happened to him for 8 minutes, and you just don't come back up. And he had an enlarged heart, so he can't already pump the oxygen through his body that he needs.
Either way, the cops killed him.
Yeah, 100%.
And for anybody to go out of their way to try to disprove that the cop didn't kill him when we watched it with our eyes.
What it was
How
is...
much do you hate your own blackness?
Well, no, it's not only that. It's like there are people that are anti-Black Lives Matter, right? And they see this as the start of Black Lives Matter because it was, right? It was the reaction to this that blew up Black Lives Matter. Now, the people that are upset at Black Lives Matter, the organization, have every right to be.
Yeah, but you have a better case with that. You could do a whole doc.
Yes. But you're asking people to be rational when they're not.
By the way, George Floyd shouldn't have anything to do with this. You could literally say, hey,
but it
Derek
spearheads
Chauvin,
the movement because they're using his death to raise money.
But it's because the cop killed him. The cop's in jail for 70 plus years.
And another interesting thing about
the other cops one of the other cops just pled guilty this week or last week.
Oh, I didn't know that. But another interesting thing about Chauvin is if you look at what he was charged with, because Mark went over the charges, and the charges after watching the Candace documentary, you wouldn't even dispute. They're not saying he premeditatedly looked and found him. It was involuntary manslaughter, murder in the third, and one other one. But it's like, yeah, this is what happened. He didn't go out there and try to kill the guy, but his behavior is the reason why he's dead.
That wasn't his first body either, though.
Interesting.
Oh no, he killed somebody in the line of duty before.
Well, I mean, that is part of the job. I wouldn't. I don't know. I'd have to see what happened with the other situation as well. I guess what I'm saying is, even after watching the documentary, because I got so much pushback about this fentanyl thing, I was in no way fucking convinced. But I watched the whole fucking thing, and especially focusing on that fentanyl part. Now, criticize Black Lives Matter, the organization, all you fucking want. What they did with that money is absolutely hysterical. Like, hysterical. Spent $2.5 million on like trans dancers.
Say allegedly, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's been proven because
proven because the IRS reports where the money goes. So
I heard that stuff in the doc. I don't know. I haven't watched the doc, but I heard a lot of that stuff in the doc is liable.
See, docs need to be,
and that's why you know, Candace said last week she might sue George Floyd's family for the distress that they're causing her over potentially suing her. It's weird. It's just some convoluted nut shit.
What's the larger play for the documentary? Like, okay.
To make Black Lives Matter look bad.
Okay.
And they could have just done that. Black Lives Matter has there's enough things there with the Black Lives Matter organization where you could make a doc to show the fishiness of that organization.
Yeah, but this is also like personal vendetta because she got so much flack for coming out and saying that George Floyd was a piece of garbage person and all this other stuff.
None of that means he should have been killed at the hands of the police.
100%.
None of that means.
And even if you do believe that he had fentanyl in his system, you definitely do not believe that the police have the right to kill a man because of that.
That's right. And by the way, if that's the case, then let's go to some of these white neighborhoods where the opioid epidemic is through the roof and these white kids is on meth all through the roof.
Don't talk about my people.
Let's go to some of these neighborhoods and just start taking people out and let's see if people say things like, oh, well, they deserve it. They're just a bunch of meth heads.
Right.
Oh, they deserve it. They're just a bunch of opioid addicts.
Right.
Like, come on, man. We know what this is. And that's exactly why they have a Black Lives Matter movement.
Yes.
You know, not the organization. The movement.
Yeah.
Right? You know?
Yeah.
But I just, as far as the Kanye thing, man, I'll say it again. Anti-Black rhetoric, anti-Semitic rhetoric. People are upset that people haven't been speaking out about the anti-Black rhetoric. I just think it's wild to blame other people for not standing up for us. If we would have raised hell like other folks and we would have held Kanye accountable, then some of those corporations might have moved the same way.
That's a fact.
You know? Who knows? Well, but by the way, we'll never know.
No, because you do it
not only we didn't do it and there's people still defending him now. Everybody, he's a grown-ass man. He got to deal with the consequences of his actions. Yeah. Kanye West don't need nobody coming to his defense.
Do you think
what Kanye West needs? Healing.
But do you think that when your dick is that enormous, you don't feel like you can do anything?
I don't know if his dick is that enormous, bro. I don't think he got nothing on Meaty Petey, bro.
No, dude.
I don't think. You know why? Because we ain't heard it in the streets, bro. Kanye been out here a long time. How long Kanye been out here, bro?
I think he's been out a while, but
Kanye been out a couple decades, bro. If Kanye had to meet, if Kanye had to meet Yeezy, we would know, bro.
But dude, he's got to have a huge dick, dude.
Salute to Tesla Figaro. Tesla Figaro coined the term meaty Petey when it comes to Pete Davidson. I don't think Yeezy got it.
You
bro.
don't think Yeezy got it?
I don't think he got
He's claimed
it, bro.
it.
Huh?
He claimed it on College Dropout.
He's saying he got the biggest
Insect.
Did
What
you
was
just tell us
it?
you don't listen to lyrics, Chris? Now all of a sudden you can remember
I
this
said
dick line?
College Dropout was the last one.
Yeah.
What was it?
Something about insects in Texas. My dickhead is bigger than insects in Texas or some shit like that.
Well,
Last Call. It was on Last Call.
well, I don't
Somebody
know,
can
man.
go find
Yeah,
it.
I wouldn't compare your dick to an insect.
Yeah,
In
if-
Texas,
I don't know if
though.
that's-
if your dick is the insect,
Everything is bigger in Texas.
If your dick
Yeah.
is the insect, then Pete's dick is the lizard that eats the insect.
Yo, jeez.
He feeds off them goddamn insects.
Jeez.
Jesus. Jesus. I really do hope. I don't know how this ends, man. How do you think this ends, man?
Oh man.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I think that I think Kanye is entertaining enough where he can keep talking and people will keep listening. And then I don't know if he'll get backing to do his own thing. He might have to put his own money up for it. And the problem with him putting his own money up for it is that a guy like Kanye, who's like a true creative, what makes him great at being creative is what makes him bad at business. And that's why he needs to partner with these companies to be successful. The things that he does by himself are not successful. The things that he does with other people who are businessmen are, because the businessmen get to step in and they go, hey, lunatic, you just made us make 100 different sneakers. Now you're saying you don't like any of them. Too bad. We're going to put some of these out, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think
that's the
he's going to be part of the conversation for the rest of my life, unfortunately.
Yeah.
For better or for worse. He's not.
I
just don't know who will give him the money and who will create the infrastructure. And if he does go on his own with Yeezy, it will have to be literally.
Bruh. We're talking, all jokes aside, everything y'all talking about is like 10 years, 15 years down the line. Like these one of those kind of messes that it takes that long to clean up.
Well, it's going to take multiple years for him to even get out another line with Yeezy. Like
what Yeezy?
Like his brand.
Bro, there is no Yeezy. What Yeezy? Adidas has stopped production.
Yeah.
Only thing I hope is that those slides don't become a symbol of hate.
Oh no, those are that's the new MAGA hat.
Please,
bro. That's
man.
the new MAGA hat.
Them
dude.
shit is so comfortable. I don't want to wear Crocs.
That's how Republicans felt with that MAGA hat. It was a great hat.
That shit wasn't fire.
No, dude.
MAGA hat wasn't.
You're crazy right
The
now.
MAGA hat wasn't fire. The design was simple. The color was too bright red. The text and font was garbage. It was look cheap. Yeah, that shit didn't look fire. You shows you lying to yourself, bro.
You know what? You sound like Kanye talking about Pete's dick.
Nah.
Yeah.
Why nobody we need Kanye to talk about this. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. When I go back and I watch that Drink Champs episode where Kanye was like, and Charlamagne got on the air and said,
why are you talking about another man's meat?
He said it so calm. He didn't say it with the confidence of like, I know my dick bigger than Pete. He said it like, he said Kim with Pete because Pete dick bigger than mine. He said it like, maybe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yo, can I tell you something? One of the funniest things he said in the Lex interview, he goes, "This motherfucker's funny, bro. I don't care." He goes, "Listen, I knew that Kim could never love Pete. I knew that.
Oh, because he's white.
No. He goes, I knew that Kim could never love Pete, and it's not because he's ugly. It's because she likes black guys. Now, throwing in the." It's not because he's ugly. It's that shit was such a.
I saw that clip on Academic Page and it made zero sense to me. And I'm gonna tell you why it made zero sense to me. It made zero sense because he named.
It's not because he's ugly.
He named.
It's because she likes black guys.
This how you know Kanye West.
It's a wild thing to say.
This how you know Kanye West wants to be white. I saw this on Academic Page. He goes, Kim got it tight. Reggie Bush, Ray J, me. Oh, none of y'all look alike. No, none of y'all fucking look alike. But a white man would think all black people look alike. None of them look alike. Then he goes, me, I got it tight. Your girls definitely look like him.
Ooh.
But none of them black people you named.
You don't think they look similar? Yeah.
Come on,
definitely. I agree with you.
Come on, man.
Totally.
Come on, man. They look like
nothing alike.
They look like before.
Nothing at all.
And then
totally
like Kanye is before. He's the wide hip having guy.
Different.
Right? And then Ray J's the middle. Okay,
Bring
he's
up
starting
Ray
to get in
J,
shape.
Kanye,
and then Reggie Bush is the
Bush
after.
in side-by-side pictures.
They don't look nothing alike.
I agree with you.
They look like
I've been saying
before,
that.
working out after about a year, and then
You're
3
describing,
years of working out.
You're describing the same person. Before and after pics are the same person.
That's what I said.
There you go. They don't look nothing alike.
You know
It's a before, a middle, and after picture. It's like that would be the same person.
Kanye looks
Which
like
would look
okay,
so
okay,
like-
I got it now. Kanye looks like a Kardashian before surgery. And Reggie Bush looks like a Kardashian after surgery. Right?
Wow, Reggie Bush in good shape.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
He's a good-looking guy, right? Reggie Bush. Yeah. He's in a different league.
What, Texas dickhead?
Yeah.
Chris, or whatever the fuck, insect dick, whatever you said.
You think he got the monster though?
Let's pay some bills, man. Do the Squarespace.
That's not how the lyric was. The lyric was, I have a buzz bigger than insects in Texas, not a dick bigger than.
Okay, sorry, Kanye.
Yeah. And then also the charges were second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter.
Oh, for Derek Chauvin?
Yeah.
Damn. Let's pay some bills. I'm tired of talking about Kanye, man.
Yeah, me
Let's
too.
go.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second. Today's episode is brought to you by Squarespace, okay? Squarespace, I'm telling you, if you have a business and you do not have a place online, you do not have a business. Online is the marketplace these days. It validates everything that you have going on. You need to make sure that website is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, and that's where Squarespace comes in because they have everything you need to make the most beautiful, creative, professional, and unique websites on the market, okay? They got your back in every way possible. Make it stand out. They got beautiful templates that you can use to engage your audience, build your business online, okay? And also, you can sell your products, your content, or even your time with them. Squarespace makes it easy for creators to monetize their content and expertise in the way that fits their brand, okay? They got the member area so you can unlock new revenue streams for your business and free up your time for your schedule by selling access to gated content like videos, online courses, newsletters, etc. Okay, create pro-level videos effortlessly. The Squarespace Video Studio app helps you make and share engaging videos to tell your story and grow your audience and drive sales. Stand out in any inbox with Squarespace email campaigns. Collect and email subscribers and convert them into loyal customers. Start with an email template and customize it by applying your brand ingredients like site colors and logo. They got built-in analytics that measure the impact of every send. Use those analytics and insights to grow your business. Learn where your site visits and sales are coming from and analyze which channels are most effective. Improve your website and build a marketing strategy based on your top keywords or most popular products and content. Head to squarespace.com/idiot for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code IDIOT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/idiot with the offer code IDIOT for 10% off your first purchase. Now let's get back to the show.
Church announcements. What you got, Schulz?
Yo, I have a new collab coming out with Yeezy that will be out in
the MAGA red colorway slides. I heard about them. The MAGA hat red colorway slides.
Just check out Infamous if you haven't seen Infamous yet, man. We're very stoked. Already at 8 million views in a month, so that's just awesome. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for spreading the word. What about you, Charlotte? What you got?
Same thing, man. Hell of a week. Every Thursday night at 11:30 p.m. on Comedy Central, man. We just keep getting better and better every week, man. Cultural institution building one episode at a time.
How many more eps you got in the season?
I think we're done right before Christmas.
Oh, so you going all the way through?
Oh yeah. Because we got extended. I think we got extended after episode 8.
I remember you told me they got the extension, but you weren't sure.
Yeah, we got extended after episode 8, and so we're there until the end of the year. 'Cause I know Trevor's last day is the 8th, so I think we might be the next week. Trevor's last day is December 8th. I think we're December 15th or whatever that is, the very next week.
That's cool.
And then we'll be back top of the year.
What have you seen have the most success from the show? Were there any parts of the show that you think have done really well?
Man, it's interesting, man, because it's just like anything else that we do, right? It's just about the conversations, like things like, like a lot of the panel conversations, The interview, like it's literally the same thing as
Is it
doing
the
a
panel? Is it the one-on-ones? Like I've seen a lot of your one-on-ones go viral.
Yeah, like both. Like last week, stuff from the Stephen A. Smith clip went viral when he said, he wanted Will Smith to play him prior to the slap, but now he don't want Will Smith to play him because of the slap. The Killer Mike thing has been a talking point for the last 3 to 4 weeks when Killer Mike literally said Brian Kemp had an effective week, one fucking week, and everybody lost their goddamn shit. Like, you know what I mean? He said he had one effective week with black people. That's been a talking point for a few weeks. A lot of stuff, man. The Michael Cohen, we had Michael Cohen on last week, Trump's former attorney, and just even me saying, like, just me talking about stuff. Like when I do my Act 4 and I'm just up there by myself, like Fox News went crazy with the Hunter Biden thing when I was saying how President Biden didn't have that same energy and compassion for, all of those people that he got locked up in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
With Hunter and crack, it was, compassion and empathy and, he's fighting his addiction, but it was lock him up.
Lock up them crack.
Lock him up in the 80s and 90s, you know? So it's just a little bit of everything. So, I mean, every week is...
Good things to focus on, like seeing what is resonating, because I think it's so hard to tell, like, what resonates through TV because most people are consuming content at their own time.
That's right.
So it's a cool thing to look at and be like, oh, wow, when I'm just talking straight to the camera, that's going viral. Okay, should we bring that up earlier in the show? Or
we do. I do now. Yeah, we call it This Week in Hell. And I start off with just I start the show the way I end the show.
Okay.
So it's just me talking straight to camera for a few minutes, then we bring the panel on. Panel's on there for the next 2 acts, then the one-on-one guest. Like the Whoopi thing went crazy viral.
It seems like those one-on-ones are, I mean, that's part of your genius zone. You're a great interviewer and you can elicit information that people want to indulge in from your guests. So for me, I don't know. That's how I always look at those shows. Like, obviously with yours, I pay more closer attention because you're my brother and I just want you to succeed. But like when I'm seeing constant parts of it be viral, I'm going, okay, there's something here.
Absolutely.
Put the finger on that.
Absolutely. So what's happening? I appreciate it. And that's it. Let's get back to the show. Salute to Van. I just saw Van post this and it proved my point what I was talking about. Van posted this video. It says, for anyone wondering why it took anti-Semitism for Kanye to be dropped by Adidas, this video is from June 2018, 1 month after the slavery was a choice comment. There are people in this video who told me personally how lost Kanye was. They were less mad when the invitation came. And it's literally like a bunch of black notable celebrities, people that I also know spoke about Kanye. Big Sean is in that video as well, right? But they're having a good old time with you.
Unconditional love, baby. Thank you very much, bro. And I'm so excited. Thank you, family.
Hip-hop is the first art form created by free black men. And no black man has taken more advantage of his freedom than Kanye West.
There's nothing wrong with that, but you can't have it both ways. You can't say...
this is right after
a month after slavery was a choice. So who held him accountable for that? Nobody.
They're all in Wyoming?
They're all in Wyoming. That's my point. Like nobody held Ye accountable. So I'm not looking for anybody else to stand up and speak out for blackness and black issues. We got to hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Because trust and believe, they do. Those other communities definitely do. They hold their own accountable.
Facts.
So we got to do the same. This is a crazy story. New York City man arrested for fatally stabbing person who didn't say thank you after holding the door. A New York City man has been arrested after allegedly fatally stabbing a man. Taylor Wood put the picture right over what I'm reading. A New York City man has been arrested after allegedly fatally stabbing a man who confronted him for not saying thank you. That's all it was about. He opened the door for the guy. The guy didn't say thank you. So the person who opened the door said, the least you could do is say thank you. The guy goes, I didn't ask you to open the door. Then they both get into an argument, dispute. The guy who didn't say thank you ends up stabbing the guy.
That's crazy. I didn't ask you to open the door. That's crazy. Whether you asked me or not, I did it, motherfucker.
But I don't owe you a thank you.
I don't say what?
It's so New York, though.
It is wild, right? Like,
listen, by the way, if anybody ever wanted to know why New Yorkers are so rude and New Yorkers don't talk to you, and New York, you can say hi to a New Yorker and they won't say shit back, it's because of situations like this.
That's crazy.
It's because of situations like this. And
I hate it when motherfuckers don't say thank you after opening the door.
But you don't scream at them.
I say you're welcome.
That's rude. That's rude, and that's some New York shit. Because Angela and Envy said the same thing. And I'm gonna tell you something else. That you're welcome can lead to some shit like this. Motherfucker, you don't know what kind of damn motherfucker.
But who got stabbed here?
The guy who held the door.
Wait, what?
Yes. The guy who held the door got killed.
Oh, I'm never opening the door for you.
The guy who held the door got killed. By the way, that you're welcome can be, because you say, you hold the door for somebody, they don't say thank you. You're welcome. The fuck you mean you're welcome, yo? The fuck you mean you're welcome?
I mean, you're welcome. I opened the door.
No. Say it with the bass. You said it before.
You're welcome.
All right. And now you tussling. You know what I'm saying? Now you and a person tussling. My thing is this. If you are going to do something for somebody, don't expect nothing in return, man. You know what I mean? Yes, common courtesy, somebody should say thank you, but open the door because you're just a nice person. Hold the door because you're a nice person. You know what I mean?
Nah, say thank you, bro.
Yes, that would be good in a perfect world, but this ain't a perfect world. You know, the only people I tell to say thank you is my kids. Like when somebody does something nice for my kids, I do something for my kids. Like, you know, they be like, hey, can I get this? Can I get that? And you hand it to them. What do you say? They say thank you. Clearly, nobody ever told this person that as a child. Why are you watching this?
That's terrifying. Yeah.
Okay, let's introduce Steve. Steve is a former NYPD police officer.
All right, so the guy that's the guy that comes in, with the white, right? He's arguing with the other guy with the black outfit, with the dark outfit.
Who held the door?
So the guy with the white shirt held the door.
He don't look like a door holder.
He pushes him.
Oh,
words are exchanged. Right? As he runs out, he tries to run out. The guy with the white shirt follows him. He's trying to get on his bike to leave. He rushes him again. That's when he gets stabbed.
Oh, so the white shirt guy followed him out.
Watch. You'll see it now. If they show the second part of that, they don't show it. I have the clip to that. I'll show you guys the second clip.
Yeah.
So the guy runs away, tries to get on the bike. The other guy chases him out.
Again.
So then he stabs him.
I gave the wrong guy donkey of the day.
I wanted his thank you. Yeah, you did. You got to take that back tomorrow,
I gave the guy who got killed
donkey.
I gave the guy who stabbed him donkey of the day.
But that was really in self-defense.
I didn't know. I didn't watch the video. I just read. See, I just read the fucking story. It just
Damn, bro. Damn, bro.
Damn, man. Shit.
Be like that sometimes, bro. It be like that sometimes, man.
Jesus Christ.
It
man.
really do
by the
be
way,
like that.
By the way, if you start a fight with a guy after holding the door for him, how hospitable are you? You know what I mean? Like, why would you start to fight with the guy like that over him not saying thank you?
No, I like that energy.
Because you're from New York.
I'm from New York. If I'm from New York, I got a lot of shit going in my day. If I take something out of my day to help you, the least you could do is say thank you.
Yeah. What else we got, Taylor? Let's see here.
Nah.
Taylor said
I don't want to talk about NLE
dick.
Chopper's meat.
Taylor said you want to talk about more dick. Remember we used to do dick talk?
Dick segment.
And this whole podcast has turned into a dick segment.
What?
This is so funny. Glorilla responds to Little Duval making fun of her name. Duval said nobody born after 2000 should be named Brenda, Linda, or Gloria. And Glorilla took that to heart and said nobody over the age of 45 shouldn't still have Little in their name. I think points were made on both sides.
But then Duval goes, but I'm Lil.
But she can say, but I'm Gloria.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
That is an old ass name.
Like, but she didn't pick it.
Yeah, but she
like Duval didn't pick his size.
But she picked Glorilla.
This was God's plan, not neither one of them.
Yeah, but rappers change their names.
Her name is Glorilla, not Gorilla.
I said Glorilla.
Fuck?
Gloria. That was crazy.
Holy shit.
You need to chill.
Hold on. I just realized her name ain't Gorilla. Sorry, It's Glorilla. I didn't know that. Sorry, Glow.
Glorilla.
I swear.
You were calling her something else?
I was calling her Gorilla. I don't know what I was saying. Glow. I don't know what the fuck I was saying. I was just saying the woman who sang "Fuck Nigga Free." Salute to her. She on her way. Memphis native Glorilla. Gloria Hallelujah Woods. That's a fire name. I don't know what she's talking about. Did you see Black Adam?
No, you see it?
Nah, I hate DC. I'm committed to hating DC.
What do you mean?
How good they say the movies are.
I fuck with The Rock, so I'm going to go see it 100%.
I like The Rock too, but not enough to go see Black Adam. Now listen, I will go see...
And Mo Amer's in it too?
They used to do the podcast with Neil, right?
No. Mo is a...
Comedian?
Comedian.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the show, Mo. on Netflix.
I'm gonna wait till Black Adam comes to HBO Max or some streaming service.
Fair enough. It'll be on there soon.
Yeah. What else, Taylor?
Maybe do some Asking Idiots, Taylor?
Yeah, let's do Asking Idiot. Drake and 21 Savage got an album coming out Friday. I can't wait to hear that. I really do, because I like the collaborations that they make, and I feel like 21 be having Drake on some real rapping shit. So I can't wait to hear that. Pull it up, Taylor gang.
Pull it up, Taylor.
Back it up, Tay.
Back it up.
What we got? ABG_Minko said, what's the best business move you've ever made? Schulz?
The best business move I've ever made.
Mm-hmm.
That was the question?
Yeah.
Buying back the special. Without a doubt. I mean, without a doubt. No question. No question. Also the most risky. Also the most dangerous.
But also the most lucrative.
But by far the most lucrative.
What's the best business move I've ever made? I don't know.
But that is how the most lucrative moves are the ones that are often the most risky. Some people get lucky by just like having a small percentage in a company that eventually blows up.
Yeah.
But if you want to go all in on something, the reward of that is,
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, the beauty about, you doing the special, you've seen an ROI already.
Yep.
So that's when you know if it's a good business move or not.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes. So some of your seeds might be planted right now.
They're planted. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So the ROIs have yet to come in, but it's looking good. I would bet on me.
So instead of that, what would you say the best business move was, man?
It depends, man.
Is there a Breakfast Club decision that you made that ended up? I know that you would always push them to keep shit on YouTube.
Probably. No, for me, probably it was taking the opportunity to work with Wendy Williams without a paycheck.
Ooh.
Yeah, when they told me when they said we can't pay you, but we can give you a place to stay, absolutely positively, moving up here from South Carolina to work with Wendy, recognizing that opportunity, even though there wasn't a paycheck attached. That was.
How did you eat? What did you do for food?
Sometimes I didn't, and and I just started meeting girls.
Oh, you a munch, bro?
Feed me some more. I was a munch for lunch.
Bro.
I munched
for
lunch.
Munch like that.
I
bro.
munched for lunch.
Sometimes you got to munch for lunch.
Sometimes you got to munch for lunch.
You got to bring your munch box to work.
Sometimes you got to munch for lunch. That's right, man.
Okay.
Do you think? Oh, this is good. This is all you shows.
Come on, bro.
M. Duffy 17 says, "Do you think that women in comedy are as respected as male comics? If not, why?"
They're not as respected, and that's because they're not funny.
That's his opinion, and he got to deal with the smoke of his opinion.
I'm just teasing. I'm just saying. Do I think women are not as respected in comedy? I don't think they are. And I think that's because women as fans are not as big comedy fans. And so in the same way, the WNBA, you know what I mean? It's like if women really valued stand-up comedy and the female voices in stand-up comedy, then they would put them on the pedestal in the same way that they put other creative women on the pedestal and speak about them in that way. There have been women that are incredibly respected and that people love. There's no question, and they're incredibly talented. But at the end of the day, if they're speaking to the female condition, it's up to women to say if they're speaking to that condition in a way that is should be on Mount Rushmore. It's not up to guys. It's not a bunch of guys going, yeah, that woman knows women really well.
Yeah,
how the fuck would we know?
I got a few women that I put up there though.
Joan
Rivers, some more for me. I think some more is phenomenal.
Honestly, I think black female comics.
Oh, Adele Givens.
No, I think they're far more respected. I think maybe black women are more interested in stand up, and black men will definitely go support black female stand-ups more than white people are supporting white female stand-ups.
But I mean, I think
it was a normal thing. Like I remember because I came up in the black circuit a bit as well. It was a normal thing to go see us some more. To go see. It wasn't like oh, that's a girl comic. It was that's some more.
We're also acting like the black comics that pop have a big white fan base. It's only There's only a few that have like big white fan base.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? The
Yeah, you're right.
Chappelles, the Rocks.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe Cat.
Kevin.
Oh, definitely Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin got such a white fan base. I forgot.
Yeah.
That they even put.
He stopped being white.
Oh man, I forgot.
He stopped being black. Yeah.
I can't wait till his new set comes out though.
Yeah.
His new set is great. Rest in peace to Kevin's pops too, man. I think.
Oh
it's
yeah,
very,
RIP, man.
I think it's very cool to immortalize somebody that's that important in your life because so many people know Kevin's father that never have met Kevin's father because of the stand-up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of the stand-up, because of the jokes that he said about his dad in the special, about the stories he's told about his dad in the special. And even it's interesting. I was wondering how his set is going to be now because when I saw him at the Garden a few months ago, and I haven't spoken to him, just because you give people their, you send your condolences and you send flowers and stuff and give people their time. But it's like his new set has a lot of his dad in it, but it's about his dad's health fading.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wonder how much that changes your set as a comic.
Oh, yeah.
Because people haven't even seen that yet.
Yeah.
That's an hour that he's been working on, the reality check hour for the past year and some change.
Yeah.
But a large part of it, well, I guess I see how you can change it now that I think about it. Because all he has to do is talk about the fact his father passed away and how his father was in his last days. Oh yeah, easy fix now.
Yeah, you can switch some stuff up.
Yeah. But salute to Kev, sending the whole Heart family healing energy. What the heck? The 13 says, what instantly ruined a movie for you? What instantly ruins a movie for you? Easy. When motherfuckers tell me about it.
Yeah, they give you the ending of it. Yeah. What is this? Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, bro. There's just no way it's real.
Man,
There's no way it's
please
real.
go to I don't know if this is real. Somebody just sent me this. Is this Fabio Foreign's real page?
There's no way.
Somebody just sent me a screenshot that says
no
Fabio stands with Jewish people.
Spelled
Juwesh. Fabio stands with Jewish people, no cap.
JUWESH.
Come on, man.
Oh, really? This motherfucker had
what Chris said. That's the original Hebrew spelling. That's what he said.
Yeah.
All right, let's do Chris Robinson 34, man. And let's get up out of here.
How long do you think you would last in? Scroll that down, Taylor.
Taylor, fingers too thick. How long do you think you would last in the Game of Thrones House of Dragons world?
How long do I think I would last? Hella long. The longest.
I don't even know what the fuck. I've never seen it. So
you gotta watch it. It's great. It's just great.
Why do you think you'd last long? It's like Burning Man, right? With dragons?
Exactly, dude. Exactly that.
That's what I heard. I heard it's like Burning Man with dragons.
It's like Burning Man, dude. No, it'd be great, man. And also, as a dude, I don't have to give birth, and that shit is mad hard in that show.
Men give birth on House of Dragons?
No, the women do, but like it's hard, bro. I think it got easier since then.
Really? You think? The fuck shows?
What? Was it easy watching your wife give birth?
Hell no. That shit is always stressful, especially with the black maternal death rate being so high.
Why do you think it's so high?
I have no idea, but I know that, I do have some ideas. I think it's because people think black women have a higher tolerance for pain. Like with our third daughter, literally, they didn't have any epidurals available. And like,
what do you mean? What? Where'd you do it at?
Think about that. I was already up. It's my third daughter.
Were you in Anguilla or something?
No, we was in Jersey.
In America.
In New Jersey.
They
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I was up. It's my third daughter. This was 2018.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they didn't have no epidurals. And I remember the nurse was just like, the doctor was like, the baby's the head's right there. You just push it out. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then after that, it was like so much blood because I forgot why she was bleeding profusely so much, but that shit is scary. Like that shit is one of those things where it's like everything isn't okay until it's okay. You know what I mean? And it's just like a high level of like, from the time that water breaks, before the water breaks, when the contractions start.
Yeah.
And you realizing, okay, it might be time. Like, oh, water broke. Man, bro. That shit is fucking, yeah.
Intense. But what about squeezing a baby out? God willing. God willing.
What do you mean God willing?
God willing. If I have children, I'll be
you're going to have a few.
I know. But I have to. I don't think it's one of those things you take for granted. That's one of the things that you look at, you go.
You're right. You're right. You know? You're right. You're absolutely right. Okay, Taylor. Get to the mic. Boom. Boom.
Yo, fuck him up, yo.
Fuck him up, on this mic?
Yo, fuck him up. Yeah.
Let him see, Tay. Let him see the head, Tay.
Fuck him
Let him
up.
see the head, Tay.
That hair's all coming out.
Shout out your hairdresser, Tay.
One wave. One wave on Friday.
Shout out my
That whole hair's coming
hairdresser,
out.
God Diva Tresses. She's amazing.
Okay.
No, but just for Halloween's sake, I saw this question. Y'all both watch scary movies, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't pay people to scare me.
So you never seen like Saw or
I think I might have saw the first.
Yo, if you want to see a fire horror movie, watch X by a director named Ty West. He has a new movie out right now called Pearl, but this movie X, it's scary, but it's also like beautifully done, and it is fire. Like he's like a real filmmaker, and watch it. Yes, watch it. X, it's called.
All right. So what do you think, who you think you will survive? Saw, the movie, Freddy, Jason, or Mike Myers?
I'm fucking Jason and Mike up.
Yeah, but Saw, you can't win.
You might.
Nah, because aren't the things set up where
they are? But is this you sacrificing your arms and legs?
Yeah, fuck all that. Nah, but like a Freddy, I'm not fucking with that dream shit. I like dreaming, bro. Fuck out of my dreams. But Jason and Mike Myers can get smoked.
I think all you gotta do is try to fuck all three of them. That's what nobody ever tried in those films.
Just start.
Pull your motherfucking dick out. Like, yo, Freddie, I went to sleep on purpose. What's happening?
Yeah.
What's
I've
happening,
been waiting for you.
I've been waiting for you, Freddie. Okay, Jason, I know why you so stiff. You know what I mean, Michael? I know what you really want stabbed. Okay, I know what you really want to stab, Michael. All right.
He did used to interrupt. He used to kill people when they had sex too, Mike Myers.
Yeah.
I think he was upset about it.
He killed a gay couple in the last one.
I know.
Yeah,
homophobic.
Did he?
Yeah, I didn't think it was homophobic. I thought it was equality. Okay, all right.
That's facts, bro.
Come
Gays
on.
can get it too.
That's right. Diversity. By the way, diversity in a horror movie means somebody's getting killed.
That's true.
What are we talking about here?
That's true.
If you're going to have diversity in a horror movie, Michael Myers has to kill the person.
Yeah.
And I remember they made a thing about that. They was like, oh, that's homophobic. That is not homophobic. That's equality.
Yeah.
That's diversity.
Why do you think that black people die first often in horror movies?
Not anymore.
Yeah, definitely not anymore.
But initially.
They got rid of that stereotype.
But why?
That's a great question. I don't know.
I don't know, because why were we in the scare movies anyway? Because half the shit, we're not going to be in that situation anyway.
Yeah, I think they killed them first because black lives don't matter, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's what I think, even in horror movies.
Whoa.
I thought that
we're never going to be in Chainsaw Massacre, though. Even though they made one with Trey Songz.
Mad black people in Texas.
But they're not. We're not going to.
Starring Trey the Truth will be fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Side note: did y'all see the Ludacris one with Queen Latifah?
Which one?
Y'all didn't see that movie?
No.
It's not good.
Anaconda?
You said that shit like it was about to be so fire.
No, because I thought y'all gonna have some. No.
Taylor said that shit like it was about. Yo, did you see that movie?
Because it was bad, but it was so bad it was good. Though.
That's how you got to tell people when they got a little dick. Hype them up just like that.
Yo, have y'all seen?
Like, yeah, have you seen
Kanye's dick, man? Yo, have you seen Kanye's?
Have you seen Kanye's dick? It ain't big as Pete's. As always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. But if you listen to this podcast and you think we're just a couple of idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.